Hello guys, welcome back to Alan Hoy TV, a home of information that is knowledge, understanding and wisdom. How can you know unless someone explains to you? And we are here and we're back. Okay, I would like to react on something or talk about something that's happening now in the world at large. Now, every person celebrated, the win of Donald Trump as the U.S. president. Everyone celebrated that, and we are cool with that. It's because of the things that he came up with and said he's going to stop LGBTQ and be tough on things to do with terrorism and all that. So those are good things that he said he will do. He's proving himself to be more of a strong Christian or a staunch Christian who is not ready, to go easy on his Christian values just to make other people happy in one or the other. So he's not for that. That's a good for him. That's a like for him. But Mr. Donald Trump, there are other things that I think, personally, I think you're overstepping, and I would like us to talk about it, or I'd like you to reconsider some of the things that I feel you're overstepping on. I don't have any problem with you dealing with terrorism. Yes, no one wants to be killed by someone who believes in whatever is not right. So that one is not okay. No one wants to change the agenda. No one really desires to change the agenda to something that they were not created for. That is okay. So when it comes to things to do with health, there are very many people who depend on what you guys can supply to the countries, especially the third world countries, for them to have medical care and prolong their life in one or the other. So if you completely defund World Health Organization or any health-based organization that is funding the health of the people around the world, that means that you're still promoting the deaths of those people who completely depend on those life-saving drugs. So in one or the other, you also a terrorist. Not just using a bomb, you're not using a bomb and missiles or whatever plagues you're using, but you're using your power to let the people who depend on those life-saving medications like ARTs to die. So you're causing a mass destruction and mass death among the people who fully depend on those medications. Okay, I know you might have a very big reason to why you're defunding them. That is okay, I understand. And maybe the leadership or the organization that are involved in that, they have done their own corrupt ways of trying to get money that they are not accounting for. That is well understood. But if that is the case, then why can't you just deal with the leadership of those organizations and putting people who are able to lead with transparency and give whatever is supposed to be given without taking more for themselves than whatever they're giving to the people who are supposed to benefit from those donations. So I believe you should reconsider. When it comes to health, reconsider that. You can be hard on others, but reconsider the matters to do with health, because there are very many people depending on what those donations are able to do, not just for life saving. There are other people who depend on them because of their, to earn a daily bread, because that is what they've been employed to do, and for all this time they've been doing the same. So with this abrupt sign you've made, you've signed the documents to make sure that it's not coming, or those people are not receiving those medications, it will completely change the state of life. I don't know, it's still what other people feared most, but we'll talk about that one later. I believe, or I feel, it's what most people feared most, that the new world order. So it's like they felt if the Democrats would have won, the new world order would have been ushered. But I believe you play them a trick to usher in the new world order in a very specific way that most people will not understand what you're doing, President Donald Trump. So I don't fully understand all of that. I'm still trying to think about it and trying to put things into perspective to try to understand what you're really doing about that. But reconsider that fact. When it comes to health, reconsider that fact, because there are those life-saving medications that these people need, and they can't live without them. If they don't get them, that means that their life is going down, unless a miracle happens. Unless Jesus himself intervenes and the miracle happens, things will be okay. But if they don't get it now, that means they're gone. And those people who depend on those salaries that are paid when they do give those services, or those people who didn't need those medications that much, are also losing their source of income. That means that their families are going to go hungry without anything and all that. So I'm trying to understand you, Trump, and I'm seeing where you're headed to. I don't know if the rest of the people, you guys, understand or see what I'm seeing. But if you're not seeing what I'm seeing well and okay, I will explain it to you. And if you understand well and okay, if you don't understand, still well and okay. I said, to just be clear, I said I'm not supporting the alphabetical letter movement. So when Trump put a stop on that, I'm okay. I'm a strong supporter of two genders, that is male and female, as assigned on your birth. I'm for that. Anything else that is pushing something contrary to the two genders, I'm completely against that. I'm against terrorism. I'm not supporting terrorism. I value human life so much, so much. 1,000% I value human life, and there is no any reason that is justifiable for anyone anywhere to end someone's life just because they feel their faith tells them to do that. No, it's not justified. So I fully respect you on that, of playing hard on terrorism or trying to end it, not or ending it and putting an end on it completely. If you can do that, that is well and good. But on the issue of medications and health, you need to reconsider. I know Dr. Fauci and those guys who were involved in the corona scandal or corona whatever, they did dirty games and all that, and they deserve to be punished. But those are just few people, 10 people, a group of 10 people, 20 people, that you can just pluck them off in the health system and make it much better than destroying everything. Like destroying the whole tree because two branches are not producing fruits. It doesn't work that. I know you believe in the scriptures. Jesus says on that, what do? You prune. You cut off those branches that don't produce fruits and put them aside, burn them. And those that are producing fruits, you prune them so that they can bring more fruit. So I believe the few people who have made World Health Organization not to be what it's supposed to be can be plucked out from it and then put in a place, maybe jailed, or they answer to the crimes that they committed within that organization. But taking away a life-saving medication for the rest of the people who fully depends on that, now that makes it another thing. And to you, maybe you're a terrorist or planning to do something of that kind, because if these people die, millions and millions of people are going to suffer, or millions of people are going to die just because they cannot get those medications that they fully depend on for their lives to do what? Their lives to continue. So most of them might have gotten themselves in those situations willingly, but some, even if they got themselves in those situations willingly, they still need a second chance. So this is what I think about Trump generally. This is what I personally think about Trump generally. One, he's trying to remember, he said he wants to make America great again. Yeah, you guys remember that, and he was so vocal about it. He said it again and again, make America great again. Now, how are we going to make America great again, or how is Trump going to make America great again? There are very many strategies of him doing so. So the first strategy is for him to make America to become great again. That means that every person should completely depend on America. Without America, their survival is extinct. And that is what Trump wants to do. So how is he going to do that? Because he wants people to go back to and kneel down to him and beg for whatever necessary things that they need for them to survive. And if they're begging, he will choose whether to give or not. So he can completely twist you to play along with his music, play to his music, or play along with what he feels is right for you to continue receiving whatever you're receiving. If you don't play along with him, then that means you won't receive whatever you need to save your life. So that means you're going to die. And if you're at a point of death, and someone is telling you just accept this and you won't die, it will be easy for very people to accept it not to die. And that is the game that Trump is playing. Yeah, that is the game that Trump is playing. So that he wants America to remain to be on top. That every other country that needs any help from the U.S. should play along with the U.S. policies and rules, of which some of the policies are okay. I have no problem with that. Maybe other policies that we bring in and all that, I don't have any problem with that. But now, at what cost? Like, how many people have to die for that to happen? How many people have to die for that to happen? I believe I'm seeing that he has imposed great tariffs to China, Russia, India, like any other country that is competing with the US, and you feel you coming closer to the US, he's putting a lot of tariffs on them to make sure that they are complying with the US policies for them to sell their stuff in the US, or for the stuff to be on the US market and all that. And or for the US to continue funding the programs that they're funding in their countries and all that. So that is already imposed on Russia. It's already imposed on China. I believe it will be imposed on India. It will also be imposed on North Korea. It has always been there, and any other nations that are playing dirty with the US, especially the the Arabian Peninsula. Those countries, that is some of the countries that are known with terrorism. Those countries within the Arabian Peninsula. So that is what he's going to do. And once he does that, those people, the supplies will not be there. And once the supplies are not there, America will remain to be one man standing, one strong man standing, with all the things that other people need for them to survive. So if you need them, now you have to go and kneel down to this guy, literally kneel down to this guy for you to get what you're looking for. Yeah, you literally kneel down to this guy for you to get what you're looking for. And that is what he wants. So he'll be in a better position to manipulate whatever is happening around the world for his own benefits or for the benefits of America. Okay, if you want to let people, you tell people, I want to make you much better. Like, I want to make you much better. So if you believe in me, believe in my policies, I'm going to do this. And for the first few days, you'll be playing the game to make sure that the people are getting you right. Like, you're fulfilling whatever, to win their trust, to continue winning their trust, you have to do whatever you promise them for them to continue winning, or for you to continue winning their trust. And once they have trusted you and they've become so loyal to you, now you can start introducing in other factors. I don't know if you guys understand where I'm headed to, but that is just my own opinion from what I've been observing. They're not good news, not good. They're not good news over here. They are not good news over here. And for all these world leaders from other nations, especially the third world countries, because these are the countries that are going to suffer most, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, because we're going to suffer most. Most of the things are going to be, to be replanned. And if these countries don't have a plan B for in those areas, then that will be very hard for them. And especially the third world countries don't have a plan B in that area. So that means that they're going to suffer a lot, and the people in those third world countries are going to suffer a lot until the leaders in those countries are going to bow down to Trump, or go down to Trump and listen to him and do whatever exactly what Trump tells them to do. If they don't do that, then that means they won't receive anything from Trump, and the people in those countries will continue suffering. But again, we've seen such a kind of leaders. We've seen the leaders who are not hearkening to such a things, and they're trying to do away with it completely. It's the one way that he can help to stop corruption in the countries that are funded by the US, our countries with the programs that are funded by the US, but now to the expense of the people that are, I don't know. Things are not going to be okay. So I don't know what he's going to do about this, but Trump, I believe, in the area of health, I just want you to reconsider. I'm asking you to reconsider. I hope this video will get to you anyway. If it gets to you, I'll be very happy to see what you're about to do. So I just want you to reconsider. When it comes to the issues of health, I would like you to reconsider that area and try to find a better way to solve that problem. If they are the leaders of those organizations who have a problem, I know you can still get your own leaders who are loyal to you, who can run those programs the way you expect them without corruption as you expect. But cutting down the whole tree doesn't help. Millions are going to suffer. And I believe the same way you tell the terrorists that the blood will be on their hands, even on this one, the blood will be on your hands. I know you're trying to prove a point to people that you are in charge, and people have to feel your impact or your presence, and yes, whatever you're really trying to do. But again, at the expense of the people who really need those life-saving medications and services, I don't think if that was a very good decision. I know sometimes as men we have to prove a point, but proving a point at the expense of billions of people or millions of people, it's not enough, or it's not just a good idea or a good decision that you've made. So you have to reconsider that, Mr. Trump, President Trump. You have to reconsider that. Yeah, people don't have to die just because they can't receive those medication. I repeat again, because this is where I feel it's gonna hurt most. Not just for the people who've been employed in those areas to provide the services to these people who need those medications so much, but even to the people who are receiving the life-saving medications. So I don't know what the United States, United States of America is going to do about this, but I can call on to the Senate. I can call on to the Senate of the United States of America, both the Republicans and the Democrats. Yeah, just think about this. Just think about this. How many people are going to die? And it's not just only, well, in the US, these things will be found because, yeah, some of the people can afford there. Some of the people can afford there. But what about the third world countries? What about the third world countries? So, it's not good news at all. So, defunding World Health Organization. That would mean that the USA will be defunded, the UNEF will be defunded. Defunding UNRWA, that's okay because UNRWA gives a habitat for the for the terrorists. With that, I completely support you on that. I completely support you on that. But defunding World Health Organization, just deal with Bill Gates on his own. Deal with Bill Gates as a person. Deal with Anton Fauci as a person. Deal with the other guy as a person. Deal with all those guys involved as individuals, not as an organization. Because yeah, that is it. Deal with them as an organization. So if anyone who receives this video and you're watching it or you'll be watching it from wherever you'll be watching it, kindly make sure that this information gets to Trump as soon as possible to save the rest of the world around us. That is what we're calling on to. So until next time we meet, bye. Make sure you leave a subscription on this, and if this information is very critical to you, why not share it? Share it. I can see bad things happening, and we can avoid that. Trump can avoid that. Yes, because all this blood will be on your hands, Trump. Avoid it.